There we go. We are all now being recorded. Sort of a good day is that. Cheryl's here, Tony's here, Mr. Watkins is here, iPhone is here, Keith's here, Ms. Creamer, good to see you, ma'am. Ms. Glenwright, Mr. Langford from the enclave of Queensland called the Barossa Valley, Margaret, Martin, the Goodlet clan. Hello, Mr. Martin. Sharon's iPad. Stephen's here from the Philippines. Great to see you, Steve. Okay, let's get moved into this because we do have some technology to talk about tonight. Here we are on the 14th of February, halfway through February. What happened to the first 2 weeks? It was January just a few days ago. Everyone goes forward together. Don't forget it. Make sure you understand it. Make sure you ask for help if you need help. Let's get in now. Made a couple of little changes in the video. So keep your eyes open. Tell me what you think. There we go, people. Stephen, I hope you noticed the change. Because if you didn't, I'm going to send someone all the way over there to give you a good slapping.
Cool.
Did you work it out? Okay. Yes, Martin, 4-year anniversary of bank bail-in laws here. It's actually frightening when you look at the power governments have been giving themselves bit by bit over the last few decades. Just bit by bit, they're sneaking up on us, and there's going to be a lot of people very disappointed with the outcome if there is a meltdown, as lots of people suspect. And that's why we are focused on metal and having our own financial system. And we'll talk more about that tonight. So remember, we're expressing our views as affiliates only. We don't represent these companies. We don't speak on their behalf. This is our opinion only. And we're not giving anybody financial advice. We'll give you some things that you can check out for yourself. But after that, we think you should do some due diligence and see if any of the information that I give you is incorrect. I love it when someone does that much effort to find something I got wrong. Hasn't happened in a while, but happens every now and then. Remember what's going on in the world. And Martin talked about the 4-year anniversary of the bank bail-in laws. And yes, once again, there's been all sorts of turmoil in the markets. Gold is staying relatively stable. And silver is staying relatively stable. If it continues like it is, we will have been absolutely geniuses to have got involved in the metal industry before everything else happened. And I know that's a big if, but I have a sneaking suspicion that this meltdown is not too far away. So let's all thank our lucky stars that we decided to get involved in this and quietly build something that is developing a stable, sustainable outcome. Because what we're talking about here tonight is exactly that, a stable, sustainable outcome. Let's see how we go. So the roadmap has always been real physical metal that we can store in a vault, get access to it, and convert it to cash when we need to. But wait a minute. What about if we actually marry that to a digital system that will give us the ability to convert it rather quickly into a wallet that we can spend and get it on a debit card, or we can pay bills with it? And why is Russia an issue? At the moment, there's a whole lot of argy-bargy going on in Eastern Europe between Russia and the Ukraine. And it's interesting when you see what's happening inside of Russia. There is a movement to make crypto as an industry a government-supported platform inside of Russia. And the people that are proposing it inside the Russian parliament are smart enough to realize that it's there. They can't get rid of it. Anyone that's got a mobile phone can deal with cryptocurrency. They can't just turn it off. It's not possible. So if they can't just turn it off, they might as well take advantage of what they've got access to and turn it into an industry that benefits the country. And that's what's happening. So this whole process of digitizing a physical asset, putting it in a wallet that's on your phone and allowing you to spend it, that's what we're here to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. How spendable is it? It's a digital, decentralized wallet with a virtual IBAN number for banking in a private, secure system. Now, I struggled for some time to describe what this IBAN number actually gives you access to. And it is, in fact, a virtual bank account. You are the only one that has control of your virtual bank account. You are the only one that can access it. It's quite interesting because you can use this on a day-to-day basis a lot more easily than you can use a debit card here in Australia. It's very cool. So this is all based on blockchain and coins and tokens. Tokens, just to clear this up, are created using a base coin that is wrapped in something. So when you hear people talking about ERC20 tokens, they're tokens that run on the Ethereum blockchain, and they're wrapped almost like a plastic wrap with a different brand on them. So even though they might call it Jim Bob's coin, it's actually the underlying structure of that token is Ethereum. So it will run multiple tokens as long as they use that underlying architecture. The Zonique program is doing the same thing. It's giving us the ability to create our own gold and silver tokens so we can do exactly what we showed you in the roadmap. It will be an absolute game changer because you're removing the margin. If you take gold into a bullion dealer, they look up the spot price. They check that what you've got is bullion, and they will pay you the spot price minus a percentage. If you have these tokens on your phone, you're going to be able to sell them at the spot price without the discount. Now that is unique. Okay, how is it all coming together? Well, it's hanging off a digital wallet, and it has a web interface so you can pay bills. Now, this has in fact been up and running as a trial wallet for a few months. I installed it on my phone a couple of months ago. Mr. Langford and I have exchanged Bitcoin through this wallet. It works. It's great. I love it. Can't wait for our tokens to be in there. Easy shopping cards. You can buy gift cards using that wallet. It's not in the ESC website yet, but we have one that you can use. Real physical gold and silver, same thing. It's a process where you can run transactions and pay for things inside this wallet network. And this wallet will link many, many businesses because it is a platform that has come from a well-designed roadmap. And we'll talk more about that later. The hubs, the tokenization, the cryptocurrency, crypto assets more than cryptocurrency, all come through the Zonique Sophia combination, and they link directly to us. So the technology comes from Zonique, the actual marketing comes from Sophia, and it lets us manage the people and the assets differently. The same as Gold Rocks is the people end of the AU4U business. Now, if you're using any system at all to buy gift cards from ESC, from Wednesday this week, the Woolworths gift cards will be turned off for a few days. There's a new supply agreement in place. They have to go offline for a few days till the new one's tested, and then they'll come back online again. So if you need to order a Woolworths e-gift card, please do so before close of business Wednesday. They could be offline for 2 days. It could be 2 weeks. We don't know. They have to test it and make sure that it all works. So we'll let you know as soon as that comes online. This is what the wallet can do. It will give you the ability to control your own finances. Absolutely control it. There's been many, many webinars I've been involved in where someone on the webinar rabbits on about be your own bank. Okay, that's great. But how do you do that? This is the first system I've seen where they're actually giving you the tools to do it. So you can create all of your own banking structures on your phone or on your computer or on your tablet. It's unique. And just understanding how that's all going to work, it's amazing. We'll get more on that in the next few minutes and next week. Centralized versus decentralized. We've gone with a decentralized option because it's much safer. There's no way for a company or individual to walk off with your assets. So it's really interesting when you look back through our history. Every time we've had a problem, it's been in a centralized system. There is always a person or a company that can turn things off. They can't do this to the Zonique blockchain because not only is the process that they're running decentralized, the masternodes are all over the place. They're not controlled by one entity. Digitalisation. Great little slide. Stephen sent me some slides today from one of the company ones that he had been on, company webinars. And yes, Martin, the common man ends up paying the price in every single situation. This is a great little slide because it talks about what's going on and what we're talking about today. Everything we're doing is aimed at digitising our businesses, our projects, our payment systems, completely digital. So there's blockchain technology, there's tokenized assets, there's digital transmission systems. The entire thing, those three things, if you're dealing with that now, in the future, you're going to be very well placed. How does it come together? The crypto and the hubs and the debit cards are all coming through our Zonique Sophia link. And you will have a tablet if you buy a hub. You will have a tablet like the picture on the left-hand side that gives you direct access to the exchange. Now, the exchange is not live yet. The coin is not listed on CoinMarketCap yet. This is a pre-release rollout. When it goes public, I expect the price of these coins to spike substantially. And boy, I'm going to be glad that I bought a hub and it was minting coins for me on a day-to-day basis. So, are they real? There's a real live working hub / masternode in Europe a couple of weeks ago. There's a closer look at the screen. So these tablets are not to be used for anything else. All they do is they connect to your wallet and the exchange. So you can, at any moment, convert crypto assets into currency, currency into crypto assets, etc. So the entire system, the masternode, runs on that tablet. Now, if there's a power outage, if there's someone drives a D9 through a fiber optic cable that disconnects you from the internet, your masternode will still work because it's backed up digitally and it will still operate. So make sure that you understand the advantage. If there's some questions that you need about why you would have one of these hubs, please send me an email. Let's organise a call. The advantage in having these tablets, there are a number of processes that are coming into play within the Zonique Sophia system that will make these tablets very valuable. I'm really glad I bought one as quickly as I did. So, masternodes on the blockchain, why are they important? Well, Zonique had the goal to be the biggest Masternode distribution system in the world, and they, as of 2 weeks ago, have more Masternodes on the blockchain than Bitcoin does. So they've succeeded in that. They also wanted to have their Masternodes distributed around the world. Well, they've pretty much succeeded in that, although there's a whole lot of tablets not shipped yet because of the shortage of processor chips, and they're starting to catch up with that. I'm anxiously waiting for mine to arrive. Don't know when it will get here, but it can't be too far away because they are starting to assemble and ship them now. The Masternodes are secure and can be run from anywhere. The only thing you need is some electricity and a connection to the internet, and your Masternode will run and mint coins for you. We're not talking about mining like in Bitcoin. We're talking about minting. So effectively, printing coins. Coins only need to sit in your wallet for 24 hours and you can sell them. So I suspect in 2 or 3 years' time, when these coins are a couple of $1,000s each, people will be selling them right quick. The roadmap is to be the biggest blockchain company in the world. And I think they're well on the way to that. So we're lucky enough to be in the right place at the right time, and we will just ride this wave to the end. The white papers and the patents. We talked about them a bit last week. I have a phone call at midnight on Wednesday about the tokens that we want to build with our gold and silver assets and the white papers. So we will have a lot more information on that in the coming few days, and we'll talk about that next Monday night. But I have organised and booked a call between our coin designer in New York and the blockchain developer in Eastern Europe. And that means I'm the lucky individual that gets to be up at midnight trying to talk sensibly on a 3-way call, because somebody had to, and I need those 2 guys to talk sensibly. I'm an also ran on that sort of a call. So we will get some information for you on those things in the coming days. We should have info by next week. So just to prove a point, this project, the Tupan project, is already up and running, and they are switching this project onto this new blockchain. Now that's very cool, and you'll see why in a moment. It's because it is the only SEC regulated system in North America. Legally can issue tokens, and they're SEC regulated. That's very cool, because if you've been following the XRP Ripple fiasco lawsuit with the SEC, I suspect that's going to drag on for quite some time yet. Every time I listen to someone commenting on it, they tell me that, oh, only be a few more days now, they'll have this sorted. I don't think so. I think if it was going to be sorted in a few days, that would have happened a long time ago, a very long time ago. This system, switching onto the Zonique blockchain, is an SEC regulated project, and it's transferring right now onto that blockchain. There's a picture of the token. It is doing well. They have been operating for a few years in the old world. Now they're taking on board the Zonique blockchain to make sure that they can move forward into the modern systems that are out there. So why this option? Why the Zonique blockchain option? Well, the advantages are, the blockchain technology is currently the safest method to store data, and we've talked about this a number of times. It's a single layer of transactional information. So when you do a transaction, everything is recorded. It protects all the data. It's a decentralized protocol on this blockchain, not necessarily all of them. And it captures every change transparently. In summary, it's safe, fast, cost-effective, etc. It's a really good option. So why this wallet? Well, it's the first hardware for fully digital finance. The first time that it's been designed and built. And yes, it's taken longer than we'd hoped, but any time that you do something that's new in the world, you know it's going to take a lot longer than normal. You've just got to be prepared to stay with the course and make sure that you're there at the end, because it is the first digital wallet specifically designed for full digital integration. It's the first hardware specifically designed for that. So does that mean that it's going to make you rich in 4 or 5 days? Absolutely not. But it will give you the ability to control your own outcomes. Why the hub? Wouldn't it be great if we could do our own transactions without the interference of banks and credit card companies? Wouldn't that be cool? Because that's exactly what this hub will give you. It will make transactions seamlessly between two individuals with no banks involved. That's pretty cool. And it will be verifiable and secure. In fact, probably more secure than the banking system is today. They keep working on it, but everyone keeps finding holes in it. Why the Zonique exchange? Well, it's decentralized. We've talked over the last few weeks about the number of exchanges that have disappeared and taken their crypto assets with them. Whoever owned those assets when they were on the exchange is now out of pocket. They're gone. They're starting to find Bitcoin. They're starting to learn how to track it down, because that's the absolute downside from a crook's perspective. Everyone thought Bitcoin would allow all these illegal exchanges and black money moving everywhere. They're forgetting that every transaction is recorded. Read the blockchain. You know where it's going. Now, they just arrested a few days ago with $4.3 billion worth of Bitcoin that they scammed from an exchange. Tracked them down eventually. Took a little while, but got them. Why Zonique Pay? Now, this is a great little bit of information. Stephen sent me some of these slides that I've stolen, purloined, light-fingered, borrowed, whatever you want to call it, information from, and the pictures, because it really does spell out why we're using these systems. Zonique Pay is a process that will let us integrate payment systems, POS systems, and it's designed to let the merchants build the system their own way. It's an all-in-one solution. Simple as that. It's an all-in-one solution. They don't have to be involved in anything else. This will actually work exactly as described, and merchants can use it. Why the app? It gives you control of your finances. Man, that is so important and so powerful. One app on your phone and you will have control of your crypto assets, your cash, your tokenized assets, everything in one place, securely. And what happens if someone drives over your phone and kills it? Hope you've got the key backed up for your wallet, because if you do, you can just reinitialize it on another device and you'll get it all back again. That's the beauty of having all of this stuff in one place. It's permissionless fiat transactions, so cash, yep, done, off you go. POS systems, you can pay with crypto and fiat. crypto transactions and real-time fiat. I know that, isn't it interesting that there will be 17-year-olds that will listen to this on YouTube and wonder why we're talking about real-time fiat transactions? Because not very long ago, it could take 7 days for me to transfer cash from my bank account to somebody else, depending on the day of the week. So having real-time fiat transactions, that's very cool. The banks always used to manage to get it out of your bank account instantly, but then it would take days for it to show up in the account of the person you sent it to. One of the greatest scams in the world. Your smartphone becomes your wallet. And yes, still does sometimes take 24 hours, Martin, but it shouldn't. It's digital now. Even the banks are using digital systems. Why does it take 24 hours for me to transfer money from one account to another? Most banks are going with the Poly system, which is under 2 hours, but I transferred some from one of our corporate accounts to another one just a couple of days ago, and it was instant, which it should be. And your phone is directly connected through this app to the Zenique Hub. It's secure and it's private. What more do you need to know? This entire system is well integrated together for our safety. And as Martin said, yeah, that's why it gets delayed, because the banks tell us it's for our own safety. It's our money that they took out of our account, parked it somewhere on the overnight money market for a couple of days before they released it. An absolute rort. So why tokenize assets? Tokenizing assets is absolutely going to be a disruptive technology. You will have the ability to buy shares in houses or shares in motels or tokens that represent shares in real estate or vehicles or artwork. It is absolutely an amazing outcome, and they've got it to work properly. So that's what we were working on, and that's what's coming, and that's what Zenique is so major in. They have a major role to play in this, and as it rolls out around the world, we are going to be sitting on that blockchain. And every time there's coins that are moved, we, the coin holders, the asset holders, will make some money. So this is an example of how blockchain works. I do a transaction, that information is sent off to the Masternodes, and it's distributed around nodes all over the place to verify that it's real. Now, that requires a lot of energy when you're talking about Bitcoin, which is what this diagram is, because that mining can go on for hours before it will get confirmed. That's a lot of electricity. Once it is confirmed, it gets formed up into a block, joined together so that one block becomes the key for the next one. And that's why it's called blockchain. And it's completed, it's registered, it's in your phone or your computer or whatever you've done the transaction on. It is a great outcome. And yes, Stephen, OSCO is very fast when it works. And there's a number of proprietary transaction systems. There's one in Europe called SEPA, I think it is. There's a number of them, but there's no reason that it should be any more than seconds. It's digital, for heaven's sake. How secure is all of this? Well, when you own a tablet, you can swap fiat into crypto assets and vice versa. You can then store it on the tablet, which links to your phone, and spend it as you need to. And you have an offline wallet that lets you store things that you don't want other people to get access to. It's a great outcome. What now? We are in the right place. We are absolutely in the right place to benefit from what's coming. And it's coming, believe me. Free to add a wallet. Coin minting starts at 100 euros, and you can go all the way up to multiple hubs and masternodes if you choose to. Not a requirement. You can start minting some coins at 100 euros. It's affordable. What if you want more coins? They will be available for purchase on the new exchange shortly, or you can buy more masternodes and or parts thereof, and it will continue to mint coins for the next 18 years. And you can sell them or save them depending on what you want to do. It's really, really important that you understand that. There's nobody, as we've been caught with German company, where we were told we could sell them whenever we liked, but we then found that the owner liked his Maserati more than we like to eat. So it was interesting that he just never turned on the ability for us to move those coins out. Why are we here? We're all here for the same reason. We're a group of like-minded people that want to survive in some measure of comfort what's coming. How's the world going? Let's have a look. One of my favourite parts of the night. Yes, is silver about to see a record year? And in this video, they talked about some of the issues that they see coming with gold and what gold needs for it to really explode. What happens to Bitcoin if Russia invades the Ukraine? Interesting conversation. Remember, all of the links to these will be in the description on the YouTube channel. Is there a gold boom ahead? I would think there will be. These two guys think there will be as well. Inflation tsunami is just getting started. Peter Schiff, very blunt, does not see an outcome for the US now that they're at 7.4% inflation. Remember, this is inflation calculated only with the inputs that they want to use. So some of the commentators are talking about it in real terms being 40% once you take into account food and fuel. 40%. That's a ridiculous number, isn't it? And life will never be the same. This is a guy commentating on the fact that he perceives that with what the Fed is doing, life in America will never return to what it was 10 years ago. And I've got to say, he's probably right. I think there's a whole lot of things happening, both over there and here, that will change everything that we do from now on. And here's Lynette Zhang, ITM Trading. Why are banks, central banks, buying up gold as we speak? You think they might know something? It appears we were on the right track, that we are in fact chasing down a road that everybody else is now following. Why will this one succeed? Well, interesting. Technology, infrastructure, decentralization, and the one that I'm going to throw in here that's not on that slide, timing. We are in a perfect timing situation. Lots of issues in the world, and our technology options are improving that. And that's put us on the right track. Martin sent me a video a couple of weeks ago where they talked about the timing of small business and why they succeed, and mostly it's timing. And yep, I think this is exactly the right timing for this business to succeed. And the crucial difference as to why the timing is going to work for us, Zanique built a business model before they released a coin or token. So the entire infrastructure system is there working from day one. We aren't asking people to buy 200,000 coins and wait 3 years. If you look at the projects that are already coming on to this blockchain, they're already working. And the Avanoc token, for example, I think it's doubled in price in the last couple of weeks. As everything else was going down, Avanoc has gone up. So that's why this will succeed. There's a business model that is supported by the blockchain and the coins. Why are we doing this? It's simple. We're giving you the power to look after yourself because we're focused on surviving this turmoil. And everything we've ever talked about, everything we've ever talked about on these webinars is coming true right now. We are living in history. You will never see this course of events ever again in your lifetime. We are living in history. Let's hope that we're all in the right place at the right time, because everything we knew as normal has now gone, and I don't think it'll ever come back. You don't need to be a salesperson. You can succeed with Gold Rocks and AU4U, which links you directly into the Sophia Zanique system. You can do that on your own. There are multiple income streams you can get just by doing it yourself. Neither of these businesses have been set up so that you becoming an enormous networker to survive is a requirement. You just need to do it yourself. If you bring some people on board, you get paid for it. But this is about being your own bank, learning how to use spendable assets so you can protect yourself. And I have to say, I'm really happy with where we're at. I'd loved it to have been completed faster. I would love the phone call I'm doing this Wednesday night to have happened in December last year, but we just couldn't make it happen. So we're doing it as rapidly as we can. We've got a scheduled meeting with the blockchain developers. As soon as we can, we want to have our own token on that blockchain. So that is going to be a game changer for everybody that's on this call. Massive game changer. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's me for tonight. Thank you for coming. If anyone's got a question, unmute and ask away, or put your hand up, or anything like that. Well done, Martin. Did you get your link sorted and got registered? Okay, cool. Give me a bell if you need a hand with any of it. Ladies and gentlemen, we really are in a great position. And wow, when we see the outcomes that are coming with these wallets, I'm just astounded. I've seen some amazing business processes that launch and take off. I've never seen one do this. It is amazing. So thanks everybody for joining us. Really appreciate it when you guys turn up. I try really hard every week to have some new info. Let's see what we can come up with and see where we can go with it. Oh, hang on, we've got a hand up here. Who, no, where's the hand? Here it is, Steve.
Yeah, I was just wondering what the time frame, if you have any idea, of shifting from pre-release to release.
As soon as the hubs are being shipped, and there's some already on the water or airframes, and the Windows version of the exchange has to be released. Once that's done, the coins will be public and the white papers will be published. So then it'll be on CoinMarketCap. That could happen as early as next week, but I don't actually know who is working on that other than the people I'm talking to. The problem has been with the white papers that because they're written in German and then translated, every time they get something translated, it's lost in translation. So there's been a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort gone into converting them into sensible English. Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? Don't see any. Thanks everybody for coming and joining us tonight. We look forward to seeing you on the golden beaches of the world. Have a great night.